Okay. This is the first Kickstarter update around January 6th, 7. We got a 2.5x speed up. Alright, here are the benchmarks for these three main pages: blog post, homepage, and dashboard. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is make sure the product is not installed. You can see in the bottom left, I'm doing search for Tachyon. It's not anywhere on the PHP info page. It's not installed. Alright, here's the homepage that we're testing. Alright, let's run the benchmark. This one. Alright, you see we got 103. Alright, same as 105. Let's do blog post next. By the way, this is Apache Bench. We're running around 1,000 requests with a concurrency level of 10 because my computer has around 10 cores. You generally want the same concurrency level as the number of cores on the machine. We're making requests to localhost because we do not want network to be a factor. If you're testing this on a VPS, the network is going to be a factor in how fast the requests get processed. Alright, so we can see here we're around 88. 88 here. Alright, one more thing is the dashboard. Dashboard being the logged in page. And the password, whatever it was. I don't remember the password anymore. Let me demonstrate the script we have for this. Alright, here's the source code for the script. And here's the password for it. I don't mind sharing my password because this WordPress is not public. You can't access it anyway. Alright, so this is generated with the AI. Okay, so it takes a password, it takes the URL, and then it runs sees how fast you can load the dashboard. Alright, and yeah, that's it. Let's run this benchmark. We're running this with a around 3,000 requests. Concurrency level 10, I believe. I think it's 10. Let's see. Concurrency? What's concurrency? Yeah, it's 10. Okay. We did around 372. Oh, that's a little slow. Let's do one more run. It's usually faster on a second run. $405. Alright, yeah, so that's about as good as we're gonna get. Alright, now I am going to re-enable the product. Alright, let me show you proof. This is the PHP info. Let's do a refresh. You can see here they're now installed here. Tachyon Accelerator and the kernel. Both are installed. Okay, now let's run a benchmark of them. Let's do the first one. Let's do the home page first. You can see it's already much faster. The first 100 requests was a little slow. 215. What do we get? Just out of curiosity. 235. Okay, one more. Alright, so you can see on this line, 240. Oh, 240. Oh, that's not bad. What's this? 240. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Let's do blog post next. Okay. So again, much faster. This is 203. Ran this line, requests per second, 203. 220. Okay, one more run. Whatever. I was switching back and forth. Okay. Let's do one more run. 200. Here, you just gotta believe me. It is actually 240. Okay, I don't know why it's slow. Whatever. Oh, 200, 220. What do we got here? Okay. Anyway, let's do dashboard. Well, 200 is already like a double over 88. All right, let's do dashboard next. We're running this script as I showed you earlier. Again, is much faster. Oh, it says 3,000 requests right here. This is at 700. Okay, let's do one more run. Uh, 705. Dang it. Well, maybe it's because I'm recording a presentation right now. It's making it slow. Anyway, so that's proof. We gotta speed up. All right, let's talk about what we learned about WordPress performance. Big learning number one. It's not in the database. A lot of people telling me. So first of all, a lot of people told me this project is crazy. They say it's in the database. All right, it's not PHP, it's a database. This is not true. 90%, at least 90% of the execution time is in the PHP code. Speaking of which, radius object cache will not help. Okay. Although, to be noted, this is in the context of a WordPress with no plugins. So there's not going to be a lot of stress on the database. WordPress with WooCommerce, which I heard has a lot of database usage, a lot of tables, may benefit from a database speedup. Maybe. I have to test it for myself to make sure that's true. I'm going to show you proof. Okay? These are a couple of... this is a performance tool. They're called sampling stack traces. You can ask the AI what that is. So this gives us a picture. Well, we take it. Okay. So how it works is First of all, how it works is that we take a stack trace around every interval. In this case, it's around every 1 millisecond. No, it's not. No, 0.01 millisecond. We take a stack trace, and then at the end of the request, we have a picture of where the time is going, based on the sampling we're taking. Every 0.01 milliseconds. Okay, so first of all, here are the stack trees. Okay, so you can see here there's around 21 samples. Okay, it took around 21 samples. Okay, 21 samples. Okay, anyway, All right, so first of all, you can see most of the time it's taken in the render. Okay, this is where the time's going. It's in WP block render, which is all PHP code. Here is a highlight of the database. It's around 3 samples out of 21. It's around 10%, 15%. The database is not where the time is going. It's not the database. 90% of the time is in the PHP execution. Also, as another proof of this, the dashboard, which does around 4 times as much requests per second as the blog post, even though the dashboard actually does less database queries than the blog post. Dashboard does around 27, the blog post is around 36. The reason why this is showing up as 43, even though there's only 21 samples, is that the render block is recursive. It calls itself multiple times. That's why it's showing up multiple times here. Anyway, so what this shows is that our direction is correct. What we're going to be doing is going to keep optimizing the PHP code, find where the bottlenecks are, and keep rewriting it to see. Okay, let's move on to the downloads that you can expect if you're interested in testing the software. Okay, first is attack on press, a fork of WordPress. This is unfortunately necessary. We need a fork in order to call the functions that we expose in the accelerator and the kernel. This is mostly PHP code. The accelerator is a PHP extension written in C. That's right, we went in C instead of Rust. It was just easier to get started with. I still like Rust. I may do it in the future. This is a rewrite of WordPress code in C, and as such, it's required to be open source. However, this third component, the attack on kernel, is a speed up of file system access. It is not GPL at all. It's not required to be open source. All right. So these two components are they're available to those who have asked for it. And secondly, it's only available to Kickstarter backers. Yeah, you have to have You actually have to have the software in order to be able to request for it. This is complying with GPL. All right, this is the last slide. We are looking for testers. Only Kickstarter backers will be allowed to test. The invite link is here, or you can also email me and I will send you the link. Yeah, link should also be in the Kickstarter updates. All right, thank you, and hopefully I'll see you soon.